Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight, we are continuing Animorphs number 4, The Message by K.A. Applegate. Okay, now let's turn it on. Tobias said later it was only 10 minutes. But during that 10 minutes, I was lost to the world. I was being shown a small part of the whale's thoughts. He had lived 80 migrations. He had many mates, many mothers, who had died in their turn. His children traveled the oceans of the world. He had survived many battles, traveled to the far southern ice and the far northern ice. He remembered the days when men hunted his kind from ships that belched smoke. He remembered the songs of the many fathers who had gone before, as others would remember his song. But in all he had seen and all he had known, he had never seen one of the little ones become a human. Marco, I realized. He means Marco. And little ones? Is that what the whales call dolphins? We are not truly little ones. No, you are something new in the sea, but not the only new thing. I wasn't sure what he was telling me. He spoke only in feelings, in a sort of poetry of emotion without words. Part of it was in song. Part of it I could only sense the same way I could sense echolocation. Something new? He showed me a picture, a memory. It was a broad, grassy plain with trees and a small stream, all of it underwater. And across the grass ran an animal that was part deer, part scorpion, part almost human. Where is it? I asked him in a language of squeaks and clicks and mind-to-mind feeling. And he told me. Suddenly I woke up. That's how it felt, anyway. The whale released me. It was like coming out of a dream. Are you okay? Jake asked. You were starting to worry us, but we had this feeling maybe the whale didn't want us to interfere. I'm fine, I said. I'm beyond fine. Markos Raid to try remorphing, Jake reported. Uh-huh, I said, still lost in images from mine larger and older and so utterly strange. Guys, you have about 25 minutes, Tobias reported, and it's a long way back to shore. I heard Markos say something, but he was speaking normally now, not in thought speak, so it was hard to make it out with my ears under the water. I stuck my head up and saw him begin to resume his dolphin shape. Halfway through, he slipped off the side of the whale and back into the water. His fins formed, his beak, and his tail, perfect and healthy and undamaged. We headed for shore, tired but alive. We headed for God damn it. I guess I must have really lived that line. I felt strange, leaving the whale. But when we were a mile away, I heard his song. Slow, mournful, haunting notes. Why didn't he sing more when we were with him? Jake wondered. I smiled inwardly, and of course, since I was a dolphin at the moment, I smiled outwardly too. He doesn't sing for the little ones, I explained. He sings for the mothers. What? Marco asked. He sings for a mate. Ah, cruising for chicks. Got it. I wonder if the big old guy even realizes that he helped save my life. Marco, that big old guy, realizes things you and I will never even be able to guess. Okay, and that's that. I'm sorry for that little flub. Again, I must have really fucking loved that line. Now, I guess, I love this series. This series is my jam. I can never live without Animorphs. I always keep returning to this awesome series. But Cassie makes mentions that she's speaking the whale's language. Now, if a dolphin just automatically understands it, that's one thing. But I don't think she'd be able to speak the language back unless it's like really dolphin instincts in the Animorphs universe, because when you morph a creature, you're only morphing, the form and the instincts. If there's something that needs to be learned, like language, you won't be able to, speak that right off the bat. Like if you morph someone whose native language is something other than your own, you're not going to automatically be able to speak that language. So I'm just a little confused, but at the same time, this chapter seems to show mystical elements, the more fantasy side of sci-fi, so I think it gets a little bit of a pass there, but still just a little bit odd. And if you would like to talk about this chapter with me, please comment down below. But remember, no major spoilers. I'm hoping that these videos garner the attention of someone who doesn't really know Animorphs, and so they start watching these videos, to get more into the series. And for all of us who have completed the entire Animorphs series, we know there are some big ass twists and turns in this series, and you need to experience it for the first time without knowing what's going to happen. For good and bad. There's going to be some twists that are just going to make you cry your eyes out. So yeah. But you need to experience them for the first time, unaware of what's going to happen. But if you would like to talk spoilers with me, if you are watching this on the YouTubes, link in the description. And you will be taken to my Tumblr Ask box. Now, if you haven't read Animorphs before and this video has suddenly made you go, hey, this sort of seems like a good series to get into. I mean, whoever the fuck is reading is horrible, but I really want to read the book. If you are watching on the YouTubes, link in the description. If you are watching on my blog, link down below the video. And yeah, you can get your own copy of Animorphs number 4, The Message by K. Applegate, and you won't regret buying. And if you listen to this dramatic reading, you're like, hey, I would like Jash to do a dramatic reading of my book or my fanfic. If you are watching on the YouTubes, link in the description. If you are watching on my blog, link up above. And both links take you to the blog post where I say what I do, what I don't do, and my prices, so check it out. I'm giving like a thumbs up that no one can see. Anyways, If you are watching on the YouTubes, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you are watching this on my blog and watching on the desktop version, go and find the sidebar thingamajig and choose the follow by email option so you will be emailed every time I post a new post on my blog. Okay. Now, now is the real life segment. So I'm doing a rewatch of Supernatural, and my fiance is watching all of it through for the first time. So it's sort of a rewatch for him, but not really. I admit I haven't seen every Supernatural episode, so sometimes I'm rewatching. In this rewatch, I'm watching episodes I've seen a bunch of times before and love, and other times I'm like, oh yeah, now I see this episode. So last night we got to the season 5 finale, Swan Song, and it is so fucking obviously end of the series. For one, the not the series title. God fuck. No, the title of the episode is Swan Song. And Swan Song is a person's final public performance or professional activity before retirement. So that's and so the title of the episode seems to, imply finality and an end. And added to that, Chuck, who was later revealed to be God, we know as a prophet that's writing the Supernatural book series, is talking about endings. Like, endings are hard. And for anyone who has written, endings are. And the episode does explain why endings are hard, because Chuck's like, yeah, and this, like, the fans will sometimes be mad, and you're trying to, tie loose ends up, but stories, never really end. And near the final moments of the episode, Chuck writes the end, like, and then he disappears, like, yeah, Supernatural is ended. Like, so that seems to really be the end of Supernatural, and later seasons do get bad, but oh god, the latest season, but never mind that rant, because this segment is already long enough. But it made me start to think, since if you think about Swan Song as the last canonical episode, it's sadly that's not the case, but for the purposes of this fan theory, think of Swan Song as the last canonical episode, then it could. Then, so my headcanon is Swan Song is the last thing that actually happened. And afterwards, since Dean is so depressed, he starts to go a little insane, imagining things, imagining scenarios. And that would explain why, like, say, not episode, season 6 is actually decent. And then, the latest season is crap. It's because as Dean goes more and more psychotic, his stories become more and more insane. And I don't know if I'm ever going to expand upon that, but okay, now that segment's done, that went on way too long. But anyways, now is to the well wishes segment. And the well wish segment is where I say some well wishes, then I drink some sake. But since the sake in question now involves some props, I'm not going to be drinking sake. I'm going to be drinking water, and once I have a webcam again, I will start drinking sake for this segment, because I don't want to waste the props. So anyways, you can participate in this segment in one of two ways. The first way is... Damn it, hang on. The first way is that you can submit your own well wishes. Just comment down below, and next episode I will read your well wishes. And the other way you can participate... And the other way you can participate is by drinking along with me. You know, drink your favorite liqueur, alcohol, whatever the fuck's lying around. And if you don't drink, hey, drink water, milk, coffee, a number of different beverages that don't contain alcohol. And this episode, no one submitted a well wish for, so yeah. So I'm going to make up some stuff on my own. The first is that I hope that every one of you is doing good, well, both mentally and physically, because no one needs to deal with medical bullshit. I also hope that the chaos around the house calms down. Really. Yeah, this video actually came out a little later than intended because I was doing some much needed cleaning. And it was not fun. Like, if I could rank it from 1 to 10, it might be like a 2 or 3. I fucking was delaying it. And I hope that Supernatural ends soon. It has stayed well past its welcome. I mean, like, the last season ended with, you know, Michael and Dean. So it's like, oh my god, are we supposed to be afraid? No! It's like, it's going to be fucking resolved in a few episodes. I mean, when Dean became a demon, that was so fucking underused. There was like I was figuring that it wouldn't be a big deal. And sadly I was right, and yeah, so yeah, just Supernatural needs to end. It was good in the beginning. It was great. Please stop. I think the CW is now keeping it afloat only to make money. So please stop. Please stop. Like, find another Juggernaut show, please. And let's drink. And the next episode will be more of Animorphs number 4, The Message by Kay Applegate. And it will start airing in maybe 10 or 20 minutes. I just need to take a little break. Till next video, goodbye!